So have you ever found yourself coming out of a meeting afterwards just wishing that you had said something? You had something that you wanted to say, but something held you back. Now, it might have been that the perfect moment came by and then it disappeared off into the distance. It could be that you had something really valuable to share, but you couldn't find the right time, or let's rephrase that, you didn't have the courage to speak up. And then comes the overthinking, that internal replay that happens over and over again, the imaginary conversation and that you have in the shower later on, because we all know that when we're in the shower, we would have done much better when we're naked and we've got a hair full of shampoo. But if that's you, then you're not alone. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can speak up in meetings with more presence, more confidence, and also more clarity. And also being able to do this without second guessing yourself hours afterwards. So here's the thing, people who are able to speak up with clarity and conviction, these people are often seen as leaders. And they're seen as leaders even if their title says otherwise. Now, it's not about being the loudest person in the room, it's about being the clearest, the calmest, the most grounded voice when it matters the most. And when you're able to get this right, what you'll find is that you'll gain respect. You become the go-to person. You start to create opportunities even when you're not necessarily trying to be seen. And this whole idea of not speaking up, it reminds me of when I first started working as a roving magician. Now, if you're not familiar with the roving magic world, it basically means that I would walk around an event approaching groups of strangers to perform magic. And it sounds like a lot of fun, except for one little problem, and that was I was really scared. Not necessarily scared of the tricks, but I was scared of the approach. That moment before stepping into a group of people, and that voice that started to come up in my head of, or what if they reject me? What if they think I look really silly? Those inner dialogues, they really started to spiral. So I would spot a group of people, I would think, well, I should go over and talk to them, but then I would find myself hesitating. I would be second guessing myself. And by the end of the night, what I'd find is that I'd be kicking myself over all of the missed opportunities, all of the groups that I didn't approach. And it wasn't because I wasn't capable, but it's because I let the fear of judgment silence me. I let it stop me moving forwards. I see this exact same thing happening in meetings all of the time. You have really smart, capable professionals that are staying quiet. Now, it's not because they don't have value to add, but because they're battling with that same fear, that fear of, what if I get this wrong? What if I sound stupid? Ultimately, it's this fear of judgment. But here's what I've learned as a magician, and it's something that applies just as much in the boardroom or at networking events as it does when I'm wandering around an event doing magic tricks for people. And that is that confidence doesn't come before the moment, it's built through the moment. So the only way to find your voice is to actually start using it. So how do you speak up without going into panic mode and making it feel like your heart's about to poof and blow out of your chest? Well, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I've learned, and it's some of the things that I now teach inside my Mind Academy group. Number one is to time your entrance like a pro. So great communicators, they don't wait for permission. They watch for the moment. So start listening for those little cues when somebody's voice that might start to trail off a little bit, like they're about to finish a sentence. Or listen out for when there might be a pause or when there's a shift in energy that tells you now is your time to speak. The second thing is to signal your intention. So your body will speak before your mouth does. So make eye contact with either the person who's speaking or the person who you feel might be in control of that meeting. So it could be a slight hand movement, almost not putting your hand up, but a slight hand movement like this, signaling that you've got something to say, a lean into the group, a small inhale, a slight drop of the jaw, so as if you're about to say something. So it shows that you're engaged and that you're ready to speak. And people, they will pick up on these cues a lot more than you think. The third thing is when it's your turn, intentionally slow down. So most people, when they suddenly get the opportunity to speak, they rush because the nerves kick in and then they blurt everything out at warp speed, but then it doesn't land. They're not able to make their point because it's just this barrage of words and information in everybody's ear. So when it is your turn to speak, just slow it down, take a breath, plant your feet, and speak with intention. The fourth thing is make your point land. So by this, I mean say less, not more. People remember clarity and not complexity. So instead of really long-winded explanations, think to yourself, what is the one sentence that I really want them to remember? The fifth thing is to own the space. Stop shrinking. Don't hunch. Don't tuck your hands under the table when it's your turn to speak, or even while you're waiting to speak. So you want nice open posture. You want your eyes up, engaged in the conversation, and you want to be sitting like someone worth listening to. And the reason for that is because you are. The sixth thing is don't apologize for having a voice. A lot of the time I hear people go, look, I'm sorry, but just really quickly, can I add this? Or they might say something like, look, this might be a bit of a silly question. You've got to stop apologizing. You're not interrupting. You're contributing. You're adding value. And the moment that you apologize, you discount anything that you're about to say. And then the seventh thing in my little list, and this is actually the final thing, is mind your breath. So confidence, it's got a rhythm, and it starts with your breath. If your breathing is really shallow and rushed, your voice will be too. So you need to ground yourself with a nice slow breath before you start speaking. And continue to just be aware of your breath as you're talking. It's going to calm your system down, and it's going to help you sound a lot more confident, a lot more assured in what you're saying. An important little note that I want to just add in here at the end of this list is that none of this is about performing. It is about showing up as the most grounded, the most clear, and the most courageous version of you. Because that grounded version of you, that has insight, that has wisdom, it has value. And you don't need to be louder, you just need to be more of you. So if you're sat there thinking, well, this sounds great, but where do I even start? I'm lacking confidence. Well, I have got something for you, and it is called the Confidence Checklist. If I'd been prepared, I would have had it ready to go, but let me find it. So here it is, the Confidence Checklist, or the Confidence Rating Sheet. It is, look, 3 wonderful pages. A few questions on there. It'll take you about 5 minutes to complete, but it will show you whereabouts your confidence is strong and where it might need a little bit more attention. Think of it like a little bit of a personal confidence radar. No fluff, no filler, just clear insight into what is working for you, what's not working, and what you can do next. That is yours for free. I will pop a link in the description below so that you can go and grab it, and I highly suggest that you do. So in wrapping this up, if this video has hit home, then please give it a little like, and if you've got a few more minutes, then maybe check out this video. Magic.